Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kat, and I am happy to be here. It's almost September, and there have been changes for my September planning that I thought I would share with you. I am a collage artist and an author, and so you'll see a lot of my collage and art in my planner. So I'm happy to share it with you. This is the brand new purple Jane's Agenda cover, and it is gorgeous. Purple and black are my two favorite colors, and I can't tell you how excited I was when she came out with the purple and black planner. I have the black in, also. I'm just so thrilled that she came out with those two colors. So Jane's Agenda purple wrap cover. So in here I have a neck injury. I have herniated discs in my neck that cause nerve pain in my wrist. So it's my physical therapy exercises in here, and then I have a stack of stickers. I'm starting to swim at 6 in the morning. Ugh. It's the only time I can fit in working out, and I can the only working out I can do with my neck injury is swimming. So I have new stickers to put in my planner. The pool opens in 7 days, so we'll start seeing the stickers all over my planner pages. This is my old writing plan, but I gotta update it, and some notes here. So I'm a big Sleep Token fan, and when I painted these collage pieces yesterday, I really thought that it would go well with Sleep Token and the logo, so that's why I put that there. This is a collage monoprint that I did, and I love it. I love this setup. This is the most pleased I've been with my setup, and I'm so excited for fall. Fall is our busy season. It's where everything hits. So I have my own birthday, my daughter's birthday, our wedding anniversary, all of the traditional holidays, because we do all of the holidays, and we also celebrate the Jewish holidays as well. We celebrate everything, and so it is a hectic and busy time of year, and taxes and all of that. So it is it's my busiest season. It's the most stressful season, so I'm really happy with my setup for fall. These are also the new lavender discs, and they look gorgeous with the new purple cover. I'm still using the same purple pen because it goes well with the cover, obviously. This is a Lavender with 0.5 Energel gel ink. So I'll just walk you through it. So this is kind of like the inbox page, but when I have like a post-it, I just stick it on the main hard plastic cover. So I changed the Master Tasks tab to Future Tasks because I'm using Franklin Covey's original Master Task planning method, so I'll show you that. So I changed this to Future Tasks, and this is where I keep a list of things that need to happen, that don't have a deadline, that need to happen eventually, but that I don't want to forget. And I also don't want the mental chatter and reminders in my head. So like finishing my daughter's growth chart, or printing photos in the hall for my house. So that's what these are. I have one list for business and personal. Then this is the personal tab. All of these dividers are collage monoprints that I made yesterday, and I'm so happy. The color scheme, I wanted like deep jewel tones for the fall. I didn't want a lot of oranges and a lot of other stuff. I just wanted like deep, rich jewel tones. So one of the areas of my life that I'm struggling with is cleaning the house. We used to have a maid. The maid was wonderful and amazing, but my husband hated the fact that we had to spend a whole day tidying up and organizing before the maid got here, and he hated it, he resented it, and so he told me to get rid of the maid, and now we're in charge of cleaning our house. And so I am having to go back to the zone system. So I printed out I bought these from Etsy for Half-letter, and I printed them out to fill them in. So I'm gonna have a master list that tells me what to do in each zone, and then for each week I'm gonna make a list of the things that I did in those zones, just to get back into cleaning my own house. And it's a lot of work. We have a big house and I hate it, but it is what it is. This is a camera dash from Jane's Agenda, and this is to I use these dashes to separate like subsections within my sections. So this is a list of things for my husband's diet. He has diabetes now, so we have to adjust a lot of things. This is my notes for my weight loss journey, and then my daughter's prescription information. And then date night ideas of things we need to watch, because we're always bad about, do we do date nights on Friday? We don't go out or anything. We do date night indoors in the house, and we have dessert and drinks, and then we watch something together, and I stay up later to spend time with him, because I normally go to sleep when my daughter goes to sleep. But so that's our date night list. So then this is my schedule. I just love these dividers. Okay, this is my schedule. These are where my daily pages live. So this is the master list that I was talking about. At the end of every month, I go through and I make a list of things that didn't get done that month, and then for personal and business, and then throughout the month I work on getting those things done. So these things didn't happen, and they have to happen in the beginning of September. And then I'll go through all of my August pages and transfer them over to the new month's master list. So I'm not going to go through these a lot. I have a task list for business and a task list for personal. I have my daily schedule and my time blocks. So I block chunks of time where I can write, and my writing takes 2 hours per chapter. So I do 2-hour time blocks. And then my bills that need to be paid, or my deposits that need to be made. This is like my financial section. And then the star is for me to do my daily visualization and manifestation and affirmations practice. So that's where I do all of my like prep for the day. I do my affirmations and my visualizations before the day starts, so that I start the day on a good note. And then this is where I put notes for the day. My weight loss med and my hair, and so then I can reference back to when I dyed my hair and when I did these things. And then this section here is all notes for various things. So this is my daughter. She's starting oboe and band this year. She's in middle school this year, and so that's that. So I'm not going to show all of these. I'm just going to flip through them. I do some pre-planning or some additional planning on Post-its, and it works for me. So like pick up CVS. My husband, I didn't have room in the task list to write that, so I just put it on a Post-it. Weekly meal planning. This is our menu plan. So I go through, I print it, I made this insert on Canva, and I make a list of things that we have in the fridge that we want to cook down, because we shop at Costco and we shop sales, and we get a lot of things when they're on sale, and then we freeze them, but then our 2 freezers get loaded with food. So we go through this and we list things that we want to eat down that week, and then this is our list of things that are planned to eat, and then I'll show you where we actually track what we ate. This is my weekly plan sheet. Undone tasks from the previous week, this week's tasks that need to happen, and then reflection, like a little journal about how I feel about the week, what was happening this week, that kind of thing. In the notes section, I mark when my husband's off from work, or when my daughter's off from school, or packages that are meant to come, that kind of thing. This was right before we were leaving for my brother's wedding, so I had a little list of things we needed to do, like clean the car and get cash. Sometimes I decorate, sometimes I just do a little bit here and there. This is to tell me we're out of town now, and then we come back here, so it helps me kind of mark when we're out of town. So these are all the events that happened at my brother's wedding. It was a 4-day wedding event, so these are all the notes for that. So yep, that's what these daily pages are. This is August. I started decorating here and doing colorful time blocking here, and when I time block and I don't do the task, I mark it out with a stamp so that I know I actually didn't get to it. So I started decorating because I needed a little pick-me-up in my planner. Tonight I'm going to be taking these pages out and processing them for September, and later today I'm going to be setting up September. So these are all my notes for swimming. Waking up at 6 is no easy task, and so I've practiced getting up early the last 2 weeks to prep myself for waking up at 6 and getting into the pool, and then coming back in time to get my daughter to school and do her hair and all of that. She cut her hair, and so now it takes styling every day, and it's a lot. I overestimated how much time it would take to do her hair. She's almost got it down where she can do it herself, but it uses a hot tool, and she's only 11. So these are the daily pages. You'll see I forward a lot of things with arrows. When I think of something, I write it down in the planner so it's in the system, and then I deal with it eventually. But as long as it's captured in the system, I don't need to spend the extra mental energy and stress keeping track of everything. Once it's in the system, I let it go. My husband had a medical procedure, so he was on a restricted diet this week, so that's the notes. And then this is also a note of I had a back to school night, so we had to do leftovers that week. Oh, I forgot to show. So I track what we actually eat for dinner on the day's daily page, so that when we have leftovers in the fridge, my husband can ask, when did we have chicken salad, and I can tell him, and then we can throw it away if it's too old or whatever. We're really bad about eating our leftovers, but we've gotten a little better. This last week was really busy. It was really packed. I had appointments each day after work, and I had my optical exam, I had my massage for my neck injury, and then we had piano and back to school night. It was really, really busy. Excuse me. This is today. This was yesterday. I spent all day yesterday doing the painting for the dividers and setting up the new planner. I normally put it off and then regret putting it off. So this month I did not put it off, knowing that that we were in our busy season. So these are September pages I haven't set up yet. And then when I take out August, I'll also put in October. This is my future planning page. It's a collage that I made on cardstock. So I put post-its of future events that need to happen, that I need to move into my daily pages when I have them in my planner. I keep the current month and the next month of planning pages in my planner. And then for here I put post-its of events coming up or in the future. So this is March and this is ongoing. And then I put them in my planner page when the month gets added to my planner. Ideal Life tab. This is my routine for like doing my manifestation and my affirmations and my visualization and my gratitude and journaling. So all I need to do is go down the list and I'll hit everything. But now that there's swimming involved, I need to edit this. So I'm going to take this out. And then this is my ideal day. So I've written out my ideal day, and then I go line by line and state it out loud and then visualize it in my head. It's a visualization. This is more ideal life worksheets. Some I've done, some I haven't. I use for work so the daily pages was like kind of my personal planning. And then for work, I use Sarah Cannon's HB90 system. And so this is the sections for HB90. So this is my vision divider. I love it. So these are all part of the HB90 system. It's an extensive system that's a quarterly planner. And each quarter you get a new planner and new pages. So I'm not going to walk through it entirely. I'll just show bits and pieces. So this is my vision board for HB90. This is my writing stuff, my business stuff. This is my logo for one of my pen names. I have 2 pen names now. And then there's a time section where you look at your schedule and you look at how many task blocks you have each quarter. So this is a weekly view, and I did the math to figure out how much time I have to do work tasks. And then this is a quarterly overview of weeks that I have less tasks, less time to do. So this was crossed out as my brother's wedding. These are days where I only had 9 task blocks, etc. So task blocks are half an hour bits of time in your day where you can work on something. And this is my goals section. This is part of HB90, setting goals, but it's setting goals in a different way. It's not the traditional way of setting goals. Then this is my projects tab. Once again, weekly task blocks, figuring out how much time you have, figuring out goals and projects. Then this is where I track how long it takes to do an actual project or a piece of a goal, so that the next quarter I can budget my time accordingly. And then this is future planning. So in quarter 4 of this year, I'm going to be preparing a paperback, my first paperback to sell on all retailers, which takes some time and learning that I haven't done. And then these are from the previous quarter, so that I know if I'm editing a full-length book, it actually takes 58 task blocks plus 15 task blocks to complete it. This is my estimated time that I thought it would take, and this is the actual time I thought it would take. So I thought it would take 30 task blocks. It actually took a lot more task blocks than that. I thought it would take 68 task blocks. It took 123. So I can reference this to plan and map out my productivity in the future. And then this is where I keep track of all of that information, when the date I started the project, the date I completed the project, so how long each of these things take. And this is my milestones. So if I hit these milestones for each month, July, August, September, then I've reached my goal. And I should have a reward attached to those. I need to fill this out still, but this is my project planning. So now that I'm doing planner videos more regularly, I need to keep track of when I'm doing videos and when I'm doing projects that aren't part of the HB90 system. And so I've printed out these printable months. These are from, what store are these from? I don't remember. Muse Lab. She's kind of a gothy store on Etsy, so I love these because my aesthetic is kind of rainbow and black and white, and so these worked great for me. So I have to fill those out for September, October, and back plan in August, November, December. I think I have through the end of the year. Nope, I have through January. No, probably more. February. I can take some of these out. Then this is my future tab. This is also part of the HB90 system. So this is 2025, 2026, 27, 28. And I write down when specific books are going to be published and what month they're going to be published. So I was struggling with one of my books recently, and I was going to do a trilogy, and I was having a really hard time writing, and I realized just a couple days ago that my trilogy should be a duet of 2 books instead of 3, and so I need to rearrange all of this schedule because I planned for 3 books instead of 2. So these are the HB90 pages. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you do a monthly kind of goal setting, a month view of the month. So this is where I put like when I need to write a newsletter, or when I do cover reveal, or when I have a mastermind group with my mastermind, or when I do ARC signups and that kind of thing. Each week you figure out your project and the tasks for each project, and then you keep track of the task blocks it takes to complete or do certain tasks. And I color code my task blocks with colored pens so that I can look at when my most productive days are. And so that's what this is, and this is a weekly plan. And then these are daily, I use the HB90 Daily System. This is the daily pages. So these are like notes or big things that are happening, daily tasks, the schedule, task blocks used for the day, and then this is where I keep track of my word counts when I'm writing. And so there's a little bit of redundancy with my personal planner and the HB90 system, and I normally would say that I would hate that. It would normally go against everything I believe in, but it's been working really well. So the redundancy has actually been a positive thing. When I have health issues, like my medication makes me really exhausted the second day after I take my medication, and so I keep notes of when I'm exhausted and that kind of thing. Or I was keeping notes of when I thought of the second pen name, when I started brainstorming the second pen name, when I had the book ideas, but normally I'll put that up here, and this will be for my word counts for when I'm writing. So these are my daily pages and my tracking my task blocks, and I color code the days of the week so I know what color each day is. And these are all work tasks related to my author business and writing and everything that is entailed in my business, which is a lot. The author business is not easy, and it takes a lot of business work, and because I have a business coaching background, I'm really good at the business end of it, but it's a lot to manage and organize and maintain. Weekly review and planning for the next week, then monthly review, new month focus and goals, and that's the HB90 system. Because I haven't been writing since the my brother's wedding, because my brain couldn't get around the fact that I had planned for a trilogy, but it was actually a duet, so my brain was fighting against writing. It just made it impossible to sit down and write, and so my planner kind of fell apart for a bunch of weeks, and now I have to get back on it. So you'll see a lot of blank pages. Redundancy again, these are all the events that happen in the week that I need to be mindful of that will take time away from the available time I have in the week for task blocks. And this was last week, and it was packed. And then the week, and I was hardly in my planner. I had the best of intentions, but it didn't happen. So this week I have to get back on it. So I have to do the review. I have to do a little bit of work to catch up. Like I have to redo my outline for the 2 books rather than 3. That I'll put in here after this video. And then the review, and then the August review, and the September focus. And then I do all of that for the next month. And then after September, I get a new HB90 system, or a new set of planner pages. And then, much like my personal planner, these are future dates that need to be put in next quarter's planner, or eventually at some point. So these are all future post-it. This is writing / publishing plan that I need to put in the HB90 planner. The next tab is my manifest tab. This is all of my goals and my affirmations, things that I'm creating and working hard to create. I'm a bit woo-woo. I'm hugely into manifestation. I had stated that I wanted a purple cover for my discs and a black cover for my discs, and then literally 3 weeks later, Jane's Agenda came out with it. And so I know that some people would say, oh, that's just chance or happenstance, but to me, I really feel like I manifested that for myself. So these are my goals for 2025. I'm really behind. These are my future goals, like long-term, bigger vision goals. This vellum, hold on to your vision. I should put something behind it, but I need to conserve space. These discs are loaded. These are 2-inch discs, and they are full to capacity. Part of my personal development, I was reading a book that was really impactful for me and my business, and he has you write a eulogy of yourself so that you are living what you actually want to have said about you when you die. And so this was really impactful. These are my affirmations. I've been through this before, but I organize them by area of my life. So this is readers and community, receiving, highest self, building my empire, and I read through all of these affirmations every day before I start my day. Then the next tab is scripting, and my last video went through that. You write what you want and the emotion behind it, and you read it like an affirmation every day, and you write new ones frequently. And then my empire tab, this is like brown and copper. It's so cool. I love it. And this is my business tab. So I write about vampires, angels, and demons, and humans. And so angels. My word of the year is empire. So I have the Empress card, 2 Empress arts. This is introverted but willing to discuss books. This is a Jane's Agenda vellum, and then this is a bunch of books in a bookshelf in a library. So this is my vision and mission statement, my core, why I do my business numbers that I want to have in my bank accounts. And then this is all business demographics and all study notes and publishing notes, publishing schedule, release day tasks. This is a quarterly or yearly plan of what I'm talking about during each newsletter. And then this is my launch plan for each book, what I need to do and how I need to promote it. So that's what these are. They're all business notes. Book launching, back matter for each book to help sell the next book. And then these are all notes from business experts. This is my vision again, my passion, instinct, agility, those kinds of elements of business. These are courses that I've paid for that I need to sit down and take because I pay for a lot of courses, but then I don't have the time to sit through and finish them all. So this is me keeping track of what courses I've taken, or what I've purchased and what I need to sit down and do. And then these are notes. These are notes. The next section is notes pages. And these are all, I'm closing my coaching business. I'm writing a book idea, trademarks that I need to purchase, what I want to do with inheritance when we get inheritance at the end of the year. So like a new fence and solar and that kind of thing. We were going to redo our landscaping, but we backed off on it for a while, so that's our notes and like succulents and stuff we want for the landscaping. This is a list of ideas for planner stickers that I want to create, but I have one of the sticker printers. I don't know if it works, and it's it's a learning curve for me that I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually learn. And so ideally I would make my own planner stickers, but honestly I need someone else to make them for me, and I'll pay them or whatever, but it's just too much for me right now in my life and with my business to do on my own and learn everything, but eventually maybe. This is business stuff again, back matter, Facebook group, that kind of thing. I am of the firm belief that the economy is horrible and that there's going to be a housing crash, and that we're in a recession right now, but I'm thinking that we might go into a depression. And so these are all my notes on how to survive a depression and things and skills I need for that. So I studied history and learned everything I could about the Great Depression, and yeah, so that's a little negative, but it's more positive for me. It gives me hope, and it allows me to feel like I can do something about circumstances even when things are horrible. So we need a handyman to come fix a lot of things in the house. So this is a list of things I need to pay the handyman or ask the handyman about. Continued list. These are things I need to do. My in-laws lost their home in the Palisades fire, and so she needs our engagement photo replaced, and I wanted to take sewing classes to get better at sewing, because it's a skill for a depression that would be really beneficial. I can mend my own clothes. This was like, I was going through this and looking at what was working in my planner system and what wasn't working, and what isn't working is household admin, household cleaning, working out. So that's why I'm doing the swimming. That's also why I'm doing the zone cleaning. And then CAO stuff, chief abundance officer stuff, or chief financial officer stuff. So my personal finances and budget, my business finances and budget, I need to do that on a regular basis because our tax system is really complicated with my business and our personal stuff, and so I need to be doing these things weekly, and I haven't been. So this is a note to me on how to improve my planning and my life, the elements that I'm dropping the ball on. And the weekly basket, I don't know if you guys know about a weekly basket, but I should be processing mine each week. This is content research for Instagram, oboe information and notes for my daughter, hashtags for my new planner Instagram. It's linked in my channel bio, so if you want to follow me on my planning Instagram, feel free. Edits that I need to do, and then blank note pages. This is where I keep my post-its for my kind of pre-planning that I do, and then these are all my stickers for my writing, editing, celebrating my rewards, that kind of thing. And then these are all kind of freebies I get from Planner Kate or other shops. And then I bought a bunch of stencils from Erin Condren. They're a really great set, and so I can draw in my own stickers instead of buying stickers all the time. I can draw them in and color them in or whatever. So those are new. I just got those to use, and they have like different lines you can do. I think it's great. I've never had stencils, and I think they'll be a fantastic tool for me. And then my highlighter, I switched back to purple, my favorite color. So mild liner purple. So that's my planner. That's my September setup. This planner is super fat and overloaded, but it works. So I hope you're doing well. I'm happy that you're here. I am really looking forward to growing and building the channel. And if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks so much.